Hello universe, welcome back to yoga. I'm very excited today. We have a spiced up sun salutation. It's kind of your typical sun salutation, but we added a little bit more flair to add a little bit more depth, a little bit more intensity. So you're going to have a block and a blanket, and that's all the props that you should possibly need. If you like a strap, that's always a good thing to have, and a bolster or a pillow at the end for Shavasana if that is in your practice. So let's go jump into it. Go get all of your belongings, go get set up, get cozy. Don't forget your water. I got my Echo over there and my tea. I'm very excited about that for always. And let's jump into it. All right. So to begin, we are going to roll up our blanket. I'm going to take it, unfold it halfway, and then roll it up with the fringes on one side. From here, we are going to lay down on our belly, placing this just at the bottom of the pelvis. We want to be able to have a full belly breath while we're laying down still, so we don't want to have it laying actually on the belly. If you feel like it's constricting your breath, it's a little too high. Find that comfortable position, settle in here, and breathe. It really doesn't matter where your hands are, just as long as you're comfortable. We're going to stay here for a little bit as we just get prepared in this environment. Just taking some deep breaths. Becoming aware of the systems of the body, your heart rate, the pace of your breath, your body temperature. Tuning into the soles of the feet as you lie here, sinking deeper and deeper into this pose. Noticing the pressure of your belly into the earth as you inhale, and how your body completely surrenders back down into the earth as you exhale. We'll take a few more moments here, tuning into that deep belly breath as you bring in an intention for your practice today. Something that you would like to practice here and embody by the time you leave. This can be an affirmation, a color, feeling, texture, sensation. However it comes up, just bring it in through the inhale. And on the flip side, identify something you'd like to release and let it go on the exhale. Returning back to the cyclical breath of breathing in your intention and letting go. Breathing in and release. At any point that your mind begins to wander or you feel like you're getting a little bit far, coming back to this breath, coming back to your why for showing up today. Nice, deep breaths. Allowing yourself to completely decompress here, noticing the soles of the feet, that they're facing the sky. There's not too many times in our day-to-day lives that we find our feet in this position, noticing how that feels. Becoming aware of the pressure on the shins and the ankles, allowing any extra tension there might be to melt away. Observing the knees, the thighs, the hips. Big belly breath as we bring awareness into that low belly and low back. And exhale, release, becoming aware of the pressure on your ribs as you sink lower into the ground. Tucking the shoulder blades down the spine, letting the arms become a little bit heavier, letting go of the biceps, the shoulders, the palms of the hands. And finally, releasing the neck, the jaw, the tongue, and letting the eyelids and eyebrows fall where they may. I'm going to take 3 more deep breaths here. As we slowly prepare to move once again. Deep belly breaths pushing into the earth. On your next exhale, we're going to prop ourselves up and pull out this blanket and come all the way back down to the belly. This time you might want to tuck the toes. Some people like to bend the knees, which can get a little rock in the pelvis. Wherever you are, just get a little wiggle, a little shake. This can help decompress the back. It can feel a little bit vulnerable. Allowing yourself to work through that sensation of vulnerability, if that's present with you. Otherwise, or even with, sinking deeper into this pose, breathing into this little rock. And begin to ask yourself, how often do you give yourself time to decompress your spine? And if you do you give it enough time at all? Take a couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly prop ourselves back up once again. And we're going to pop one knee out to the side. We'll start with our left knee, allowing a 90 degree from the torso to the thigh, and then ideally a 90 degree from the thigh to the calf, but it really doesn't matter as long as it feels good. If you want a little more intensity, you can take your block and place your knee on top of it for a little bit more depth. Once again, placing the arms wherever it feels good. And melt into this pose. Letting go of all of those little muscles. Letting go of the calves, the low belly, the shoulders, the jaw. We'll take about 3 more breaths here. I believe we have some rabbits living under this deck, and I think I just heard some rabbits running around under there with my ear on the ground. On your next inhale, we're going to prop up to our cobra shape here, placing the elbows down, palms on the mat, and pull the mat towards yourself as you look up to the sky, making sure that you're not flexing the glutes, you're not holding on anywhere, just pulling towards yourself. Deep breath. And exhale, release. We're going to switch those knees out So staying where you are, we're just going to pop that right knee out to the side. I'm just going to rotate for perspective. Finding that 90 degree once again, and maybe placing that block down underneath this side. If something feels different, it's okay if it's asymmetrical. We're not seeking symmetry here, just seeking what feels good. Finding that comfortable place for the arms, and sink down into it. Noticing if there are any differences from this side to the other side. Where those differences might come from. We will take about 3 more breaths here, releasing all those other little muscles you might be holding on to. Next inhale, coming up to that cobra shape, placing the elbows down, and then pulling the mat towards yourself as you breathe into this cobra shape, looking up to the sky, releasing the glutes, releasing the low belly, just pulling the arms towards yourself, lengthening the spine. And gentle exhale, releasing back down. We're going to remove our block. Realign the legs. We're going to take a second, rock the pelvis a little bit more once again. And this time we're going to kick up our left foot, releasing the right foot down to the earth, taking our left hand to that left foot, and breathe into that quad stretch. Nice deep breaths. Squeezing in a little bit tighter. And exhale, release. You're going to kick up the opposite foot. Breathing into the stretch on this side. You're doing great. Couple more breaths. Squeezing in a little tighter. This time we're going to bring that opposite foot back up, having both feet in both hands. This could be a good opportunity for a strap if needed. You're going to kick those feet either into the strap or into the hands. Little bow pose. Looking up to the sky, deep breath. Holding. You got a couple more seconds here. You're doing great. 3, 2, 1. pelvis out a little bit more, realigning. I'm just going to check the camera status really quickly. Beautiful. This is my first time using this setup, so I'm like making sure everything looks good, it's running smoothly. All right. From here, we're going to prop those hands up underneath of the shoulders, tuck those toes. We're going to pop into chaturanga. Hold here for just a moment. Deep breaths. Drop those feet down, tops of the feet, and push up, upward facing dog. Keep that low belly engaged to not collapse into low back. Looking up, 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 up. And tuck those toes underneath. Coming back, downward facing dog. Walking those knees out, bending one knee at a time. We're going to lean into that right foot, kicking that left leg up. Hold for just a moment. Deep breath. And exhale, bringing it through. Low lunge. From here, we're going to come back to this shape a few times today. So we may want to take a blanket and put it underneath of the knee just for some added support and added cushion. It's entirely up to you though. I'm going to lift those arms up, little crescent pose, deep breaths. And exhale, releasing the hands down to that front leg. And take a moment to rock, shift, loosening up those hips. Whenever you feel satisfied with this little rock, we're going to place the hands at the heart center, Anjali Mudra, deep breaths, and back to our 90 degrees. We're going to rotate, placing our right elbow on the outside of that left knee, plant, and open up, looking up to the sky. If this feels a little difficult, we can also place just the hand on the knee and open out, reverse low warrior. Wherever we are, breathing deeply. And exhale. Hands back to heart center. We're going to then take our left elbow on the inside of the left leg, opening up the arms, reverse triangle, low triangle. Looking up to those fingers, deep breath. And then drop that back arm behind, and then lock in to a bind. Looking up to the sky, opening that chest. If we feel like we're really, really hunched and we're really low, we might just want to drop that back arm and keep that front arm down, have a little more support. Listening to the body. And your next exhale, we release both hands, framing that front foot. Hop that back knee up, step up, forward fold. Taking a moment here, bending one knee at a time, loosening those legs up. Deep breath. We're going to plant both hands down, bending the knees as much as we need to. Shifting our weight into that right foot and into our left hand. We're going to go for a soldier pose here. Taking our left leg up, right hand up, connecting, and breathe. This can be another good opportunity for a block if we need a little elevation of the hands here. Nice deep breaths, kick up a little bit higher if we can. And exhale, release. Planting both that hand and foot back down. We're going to do the other side. Shaking out those knees, shifting weight into that left foot and right hand, picking that right foot up, left hand up, connect, and lift. Nice deep breaths here. Kicking up a little bit higher. And 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice and slow. Controlled movements here. We tuck that tailbone. Slowly come all the way up. I'm going to come to face the front, but we're going to keep our toes facing that short edge of the mat. Arms up to the sky. Deep breaths. Looking up. Slight back bend. We're more focusing on lifting the sternum up than collapsing. Keeping that core engaged. Breathe. And exhale, realign the spine, hands clasp at the top, and sway into palm. It doesn't matter which side, we'll do both. You're doing amazing. I cannot wait to see some pictures from your flow today. If you feel like sharing those with me, feel free to tag me on Instagram or on YouTube, wherever you are finding this. Also, all comments are always appreciated as well. And inhale back to center. We're going to switch the clasp of our hands. So if our left pinky is on the outside, we're going to place our right pinky on the outside. And don't forget your thumbs. Lift up, it's going to feel a little weird. And we're going to go off to the other side. Heart open. Deep breaths. The beautiful thing about having videos of yoga is that you can revisit it as many times as you want to find that repetition. I don't know if you find repetition helpful in your practice, but I know I find it to be a really good representation of landmarks. Like, oh, this feels different this time. Coming back and trying again and trying again and trying again can be really helpful. Back to center. We're going to drop those hands down to heart center. Deep breaths. Maybe opening the feet a little bit wider if you need to. We're going to close the eyes. Tuning into Tadasana. Mountain pose. Nice deep breaths as you're grounding here. Listening to the systems of the body. Feeling your heartbeat on your thumbs. Feeling the breath move through you. Noticing your body temperature. Consider what repetition in your practice means to you here. If it's something that you value, if it's something that you would like to practice more. Take a big deep breath in, lifting those arms up to the sky, big lift, and swan dive down, forward fold. We're going to step that right leg back, so we're going to keep that left leg forward, back into that low lunge. Deep breaths. We're going to do that arm series once again. Big reach up to the sky, big lift, coming back down to Anjali Mudra. The right elbow to the outside of that left knee, opening up. Once again, you can also just do the hand to the knee and little warrior. Opening up wherever you are, opening that chest. And exhale, closing back down, back to center. Taking that left elbow to the inside of the knee, planting, opening, looking up to those fingers, deep breaths. that bind. Exhale, framing that front foot. Deep breath. And kick back into that low downward facing dog. Going back to chaturanga. Said that kind of funny. Deep breaths. Tucking those feet down. Lift up. Beautiful. Tuck those toes back in. And we're going to do the other side. Downward facing dog. Walking those knees out. I'm going to rotate just for perspective. Whenever you are ready, we're going to lean into that left foot, lifting that right leg up high. Deep breath. Hold. And exhale, bringing it all the way through. Low lunge. Lifting both arms up overhead, big reach. Breathing deeply. And exhale, hands down to that knee, rocking and moving and pulsing to loosen up the hips on this side. Finding that alignment once again, 90 degrees, hands at Anjali Mudra. Taking that left elbow outside of that right knee, open up, twist. Once again, maybe placing the hand on the knee, little warrior. Finding what's within your bounds. Looking up to those fingers. And exhale, back to center. Deep breaths, realign. And taking that right elbow to the inside of that right knee, opening up, low triangle. Again, looking up to those fingers. Couple more breaths. And exhale, bind. Keeping the heart nice and open. We need to drop that lower hand down. Keep the heart open, we'll do so. This side I'm actually going to keep that. And exhale. Reframing that front foot, popping that back knee up, and step into our forward fold. Bend one knee at a time, goodness. Loosening up, letting that head be heavy. Deep breath. We're going to add that soldier in on this side, planting those hands down, bending the knees as much as we need to. We're going to pivot our weight into our right foot, left hand, picking that left foot up, right hand connect, and knee to the sky. Picking up a little bit higher if we can. And exhale, release, switching it out. Weight into that left hand, or right hand, left foot, picking that right foot up, connecting with that left hand, knee up to the sky. Picking up a little bit higher if we can. exhale, nice slow release back down. You're gonna tuck that tailbone, rising all the way up, keeping those toes facing to that short edge. I'm just gonna turn to face you, arms up to the sky. Deep breaths. Looking up, slight back bend, bringing that sternum up, keeping the core engaged. Clasping the hands at the top, realigning the spine, and palm. Opening that chest a little bit more, looking up a little higher. And off to the other side, switching the clasp with the hands. And back to center, swan dive, down, forward fold, wiggling those knees out. We'll step that left foot back, coming back down to that low lunge. Arms up, little crescent pose, down to Anjali Mudra. Right elbow to the inside of that right knee, or excuse me, left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Opening up, deep breaths, looking up to those fingers. And exhale, close down nice and slow, back to center. Now this time, right elbow to the inside of that right knee. And triangle. Gonna go for that little bind, opening the chest. And release. Framing that front foot once again. Popping that back knee up. Coming all the way down to Chaturanga. Hold. Dropping those feet down. Looking up to the sky. Upward facing dog. And we're going to do it twice more. Tucking those toes underneath. Downward facing dog. I'm going to rotate just for perspective once again. Bending those knees, wiggling it out. Shifting our weight into that right foot, left leg up to the sky. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit more this time. Bringing it forward, low lunge. Arms up to the sky, big reach. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, correcting our 90 degrees in our low lunge here. We're going to take that right elbow to the outside of that left knee, opening up to the sky. And exhale, closing it down. Back to center. We're going to take our left elbow to the inside of that left knee, open up. And exhale, bind. We'll begin to re-center, framing that front foot, popping that back knee up, forward fold, deep breath. We're going to skip our shoulders on this side, tucking that tailbone, coming all the way up to the sky. Arms all the way up, lifting that sternum. And exhale, we're skipping the palms this time, coming all the way down. Forward fold, wiggling the knees if we need to, stepping that right foot back once again. Crescent pose, big lift. And exhale, Anjali Mudra, correcting our 90 degrees, finding our elbow on the outside of that left knee, opening up. And exhale, close back down. Recenter, left elbow to the inside of that left knee, open up. And bind. And exhale, reframe the foot. Popping up into that chaturanga. Deep breath. Upward facing dog. Oh my gosh, there's some bunnies playing in the field over there. I cannot believe it. I guess I can, but oh, it's so cute. They're running so fast. Tuck those toes back underneath. Coming back to our downward facing dog. Walking those knees out. Shifting the weight into that left foot. Lifting that right foot high. And exhale, bringing it all the way through, low lunge. Arms up to the sky, crescent. And exhale, Anjali Mudra, correcting our 90 degrees, taking that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Looking up to the sky. And exhale, closing it back down nice and slow. Back to center. Pivot. Right elbow to the inside of that right knee. Open up. And bind. Chest open. Keeping that 90 degrees. We'll exhale, reframing that front foot, popping that back knee up, step forward, wiggle those knees out, tuck the tailbone, rising all the way up nice and slow, arms up to the sky, bringing that sternum up, deep breath. And swan dive, back down, forward fold. We'll step that left knee back and press it with that right knee forward. Deep breath. Realigning those 90 degrees, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, left elbow to the outside of that right knee, pivot, open the arms up to the sky. And exhale, close it back down, back to center, and switch right elbow inside of that right knee, open up. And bind. You're doing an amazing job. I know this is a lot right now and you're doing so good. Deep breaths, keep it up. We're almost there. Winding down. Couple more deep breaths. And exhale. Reframe that front foot. Pop that back knee up, step back. Chaturanga. Hold. Dropping those feet. Upward facing dog, keeping the core engaged. And exhale all the way down to the belly. Taking a pause here. We're going to go for a frog pose. So if you need a little bit more support on your knees in frog, We may want to open our blanket up a little bit more. Staying down on our belly. Once we have our blanket situated, we're going to take one knee up and then the other knee up and walk back until we find our point of resistance. Deep breaths. Letting the upper body sink as low as you can. Nice deep breaths here. Slowly begin to shift the weight forward. Once again, finding the hands in cobra position. Look up to the sky, releasing all of those muscles. Cobra in frog. Is that reptilian or amphibious? I'm sorry. Too many jokes going on in my brain. Deep breaths. Walking the hands out if you need a little bit more light here. Couple more breaths. And exhale, dropping back down. We're going to bring just our right leg in, coming back up to that cobra shape. We're going to plant our left hand center, weave that right hand underneath, and open that left arm out, supine twist. Melting here, if the floating arm feels a little bit too heavy, you can always place the hand down on the hip or on the knee, or even resting it on your opposite arm. If this feels good, staying nice and open, you do you. Listen to your body. That's what we're here for. And exhale, unraveling, bringing that left hand back down to that cobra shape. Unravel entirely. Take a moment here, little cobra. Big lift. And exhale, switching those legs out. Right leg up to our little cobra shape. Big lift through the heart. Deep breath. And exhale, center that right hand. Weave that left hand under. And open up supine twist on this side. Couple more breaths, sinking in. Whenever you are ready, we are going to rotate onto our back and then recenter ourselves on our yoga mat. Finding Shavasana, bringing any props that you would like to feel comfortable. Returning to that cyclical breath. If you feel you're going to exit the video, take just one moment here with me. Deep breath in and out. Reminding yourself of why you showed up today. Your intentions. What you intend to go off into the rest of your day, your weekend, your evening, your week with. Breathing into it. rest. If you don't feel like staying for Shavasana, I so thank you for being here today. If you choose to stay for Shavasana, allow yourself to get comfortable, and I will help prompt you at the end to come back to here and now. Getting settled in, being present. body temperature. Bringing some movement back into the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists, the elbows and the knees, and eventually the hips and the shoulders by making your way towards fetal position, taking your time. Reminding yourself once again of these intentions, taking this moment of contemplation for your practice today and what you now embody, what you have practiced, the limitations you've overcome, and the fact that you showed up for yourself today. That is a beautiful thing. Take this moment here and now to claim what you have practiced. And choose here and now to leave behind what you have chosen to release as you slowly push yourself back up to a seated position. Once again, taking your time. I'd like to take 3 deep hums together with you. Don't be afraid to be loud or feel a little silly. Take a big deep breath in. Big deep breath in. Biggest breath of the day so far. Big deep breath in, a little more air, a little more air, a little more air. And I want to thank you for showing up and spending this time with me today. I so appreciate it, and I know your body does too. Take your time here, as much time as you need. I'll be here for a little bit longer hanging out with you. I have a couple of announcements. So we have some events coming up, and there's one that's particularly around the flavor of the sun salutation. Did you know that there's a lot of people who actually do 108 sun salutations on the day of the solstice, the summer solstice, in honor of the sun? Well, there's going to be a bunch of us coming together to do that this June and hopefully every June after that. So go check out the link below. The Patreon, be sure to join as a free member at least so you can stay tuned on upcoming events. And also check out more yoga videos, nutrition videos, meditation. There's so much good stuff that I've put together just for you. And it'll be a beautiful opportunity to get together on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of June of this year. We haven't decided a location quite at this moment of filming, but all that information will be down below, so definitely go check that out. I also have some really wonderful discounts for you. I don't make money on most of them. There are just a couple that I have in there that will be disclosed if I make money on them or not. But if you're interested in getting a discount on the Wim Hof app to get some more breath work in your day-to-day life, I am not an affiliate. That's just a discount that they offered all of my viewers, just for people like you and just for your family if they want to enjoy as well. So jump on that. Another one that I'm really, really grateful to have, and this has been our handy dandy Shavasana timer for today. This is the Echo Hydrogen Water Flask. I have this every single morning, and I frequently bring it to my yoga classes as well. Well, my personal yoga classes, I should say. I don't bring this out in the wild super often because I like to leave it at home where it's safe. I don't want it to get more scratched than it is. I do take it on hikes though. Anyway, I digress. This hydrogen flask has been really, really helpful for me for my inflammation. A lot of you guys know I talk about it a lot. I have fibromyalgia and I deal with a lot of inflammation in my body. No matter how well I eat, no matter how much yoga I do, my body is constantly fighting against itself, and the Echo Hydrogen Flask has been super helpful and game-changing to reducing a lot of that stagnant and persistent inflammation. I notice when I don't have it. I'm actually going through a process right now to increase my intake of the hydrogen water, so that way I can even drop it down even lower in preparation for my shoulder surgery that I'll be having in a little bit here. But if you guys are interested in learning more about the hydrogen flask or the Echo company as a whole, go check out the links below. You can get 10% off. I am an affiliate of this one, so just keep that in mind. But this is something I genuinely use every single day, and I want you to know that anything that I do try to promote here is something that is a part of my day-to-day life. I am so against the over-consuming nonsense of the world that we live in. So I'm very, very diligent about choosing things I align myself with already in order to promote them to you and give you a really good deal while you're at it, because everything's so expensive and you deserve health and wellness at a more affordable cost. So I hope that that's something that you will check out. You deserve it. And I will see you in the next video. Stick around for a moment longer, checking out one of these two videos right here. Catch you there.